What's up, gang? I'm in the middle of rearranging the shop again. So apparently this over here is part of the sprinkler system or something, and I'm not allowed to block that. And I don't know if you can see from where I'm at. Am I zoomed in? So this whole area here was just full of stuff, and I kind of got it backed off now and away from that thing. And I moved that shelving unit over there, but I'm moving everything all around. And while I found this guy shoved in the corner, and so I figured I'd take a break here for a few minutes and see if I can't get it to work. I think it'd be kind of cool to have sitting here, at least until the owner picks it up. And so far, I've just noticed that it's really dirty. But stick around, and I think we can get this going.
This job would be great if it wasn't for the customers.
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
And you know how long it's been I started playing Whac-A-Mole?
I'm getting ready to attack, fanny pack attached. Tokens are all stacked, got the mallet in my grasp. Waiting for the moles, hiding in their holes. Scoreboard keeping tally, I'll be playing till they close now. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. I'm a mallet master, a single-fisted blaster. You can ask my baby, it starts slow then gets faster. I'm a record setter.
I'll show you the progress so far here. So these are the power supply wires. Some of them I had to add some heat shrink to just because the wiring was a little bare, but I got all that fixed, and I went ahead and just rewired this thing instead of skipping over it. It's got some 1N4001 diodes in between each section there, and then the orange wire, which I would assume is 12 volts, is just daisy chained across it with whatever those wires are. I have no idea. I haven't traced it back or even looked to see if this is JAMA or what's going on with this thing yet. I'm just rewiring it the way it was, but I'm about to pull this out and unhook all of this. Let's see. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. I really needed to not be attached to that. I don't think I can do this one-handed. But anyway, I'm going to get down in there and check the power coming in and make sure there's no live wires that are going to be shorted out down there. Volume red. I guess this is the volume then. Okay, well, I am going to pull this out and maybe blow it off with an air compressor and then clean out the inside a little bit. I'm not going to town on this thing. I'm just trying to get it running real fast to see if it'll work. Not even real fast. I've been on this for an hour and just did this. But I'll be right back. So this little thing is kind of handy. This slides in and out here. And we have main PCB here, and we have a missing power supply. And pretty much tell where all these wires go. And it had some of these wires. It looks like they got chewed up by a mouse. That went here. And I can tell where they all go and stuff, but I think they just run these coin counters, which I don't need, just to play the game and see if it works. So I'm going to skip that for now, but I am going to clean this wiring up so that there's not a bunch of bare wires running around and shorting stuff out. But this thing is grody. It is nasty. We'll see if it fires up. Let's see if I can get this monitor to come out. This thing's nasty too. This is a old Wells Gardner 4800. It does look like it was working at one point in time. Let's see if we can see in there. It is just nasty. So before this would become a home game, all of that would have to be cleaned, and then, oh, it's so gross. A mouse had a nice house. Now let's see if we can get it working. We're all set now. Got the power supply in. I'm 99% sure this power supply works. And I'm not 100% sure on the AC coming into the power supply, but I'm pretty sure I got it. Pretty sure. There was only 2 wires that I didn't know exactly what they were, and they were white, which is different for AC coming in. Maybe one would be white, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Comes off of a little transformer here, and then one comes off of the power button in the back, so it makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this up, and we can test it. Both fuses were blown too, but I'm not surprised because the harness was just sitting there wide open, and somebody probably plugged it in to test it or check it to see if it worked, and it probably blew. So the wiring should be good, but I don't know about this nasty mousedness that was going on in here. Looked like everything got peed on at some point. Just gonna keep us shut. This thing. I don't think we have any locks. The lock is there, but I guarantee we don't have keys. So let's see what we get here. Crapshoot on whether or not the game is turned on or just it's off. Never know until we plug it in. So let's see. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. We have some kind of interlock switch. Probably. Let's see here. What are you guys looking at? Let's drop it down here. Of course, this thing isn't tightened at all. See if we can come down a little bit. One more. You can see the nastiness in here. Now we do have, there's some power wires run to this lock here that might have something to do with it. This is as low as I can get you guys at the moment on a tripod. But I've seen the game come on before, at least the monitor. Make sure all these wires are plugged in. Still in. That's the power cord. It seems to be in and okay. I don't see an interlock switch, but I know that that lock has something to do with it. It's not budging, so I don't think that moved. So interlock on the door. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't come on. Oh. It looks like the fuse blew instantly. Let me unplug it and pull that. It may be too small of a fuse. Yeah, that sucker fried. So you can see that. And what was that? I thought it was a 3 amp. That was an 8 amp. Not a slow blow though. So something shorted big time in here. And I need to figure that out before we start the next step. Let's see if I can see anything here. I'm in your way, but I don't see anything shorted here. There. It sure doesn't go very far. The wires only go about that far, and that's where it's shorted on the fuse. That is odd. Alright, well, I'm not going to waste a bunch of your time. But I am going to do a little bit more research because I think we got like a 4-minute video on this so far, even though I put in some work. Let me go ahead and check this out a little bit and I'll come back and report it. Alright, I'm going to try to catch a fire on tape. I think I heard it come on. I did hear it come on. When we don't have anything on the screen, I hear something. See if we can get it to make any noises. Pointer up didn't work. I don't see any LEDs on the board, but I don't know that it has any. Try the volume knob. They did say which one that was. I can definitely hear a fan or something back there. It was turned all the way one way. Alright, I don't think we have any game power. I don't think we have any power to the power supply. We just have power to the monitor. So that power supply should have a red LED on, and it does not. But we made it a little bit farther. It didn't blow a fuse this time. Let me look a little bit longer. It's about time for me to call it a day. But I'd like to get a little bit farther on this. Try to find out where I need to get power from to get that power supply going. Or just run my own, I guess. Alright, let me try that. I'm just going to run my own AC to it and see what happens. So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too.
Super hang on. Get what I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What happened? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.